Hello, I'm Megan Coker, and this tutorial will cover how to cite articles using the AMA citation style. Citations are an important part of scholarly communication. They allow authors to give credit to others and give researchers or readers the crucial information they need to look up the sources an author used. We use citations to show how our ideas are built upon those of others and to situate our ideas within the scholarly conversation or body of knowledge. They give our work legitimacy and show that we know our topics well. AMA, also known as JAMA style, was developed by the American Medical Association for the purpose of writing medical research. Different disciplines develop different citation styles to ensure they have a consistent and organized way of communicating citations. Today we'll cover the information needed to create citations in AMA style using the 10th edition. The entire manual of style can be found in 3 of our libraries: McGraw Library on the St. Paul campus, the Biomedical Library on the East Bank campus, and the Law Library on the West Bank campus. The Purdue Online Writing Lab also has a short web tutorial that is useful for simple formatting questions, and I've given that link here. When creating a reference list, it is important to give as much information as possible so that readers can find the source you are citing. The minimum amount of information you should include for any type of source according to the AMA is listed here. We will talk through how to find this information for a journal article, which is what you will most often be citing. When you include a citation in your paper, use a superscript number like the number 1 you see at the end of this sentence, not a parenthetical citation like you would do in MLA or APA style. You're not going to see author names or publication years in the in-text citations, just a number that corresponds to the reference list at the end of your paper. Your numbers will start at 1 and go up from there because they'll be listed in the order they were cited in your paper, not alphabetically by author like other citation styles. If you have more than one source supporting the same citation, you're going to separate them with commas within the superscript number, or if they're part of a series, for example, 4, 5, 6, and 7, rather than writing out all of those 4 numbers, you're going to write 4-7. Finally, if you're citing the same document more than one time in a paper, reuse the original citation number and add the page number. So, if you cite the same article 3 times, you're not going to have 3 references at the end of the paper. You'll only have 1. To create your reference list at the end of the paper, you'll need to gather information about the source you are citing and present it in the following format. We'll walk through each piece with an example article. The first part of the reference is the author's last name followed by their first initial and middle initial if it is used. For multiple authors, names are separated by commas. Author names are usually listed right below the title of a journal article. If your article has 6 or fewer authors, all of them should be listed in your citation. But if your article has 7 or more authors, you should only list the first 3 in your reference list, followed by et al. With a period. The title of the article is easy to find. Sentence case means only capitalize the first word of the title unless there are proper nouns like names or cities. So, even though the journal capitalizes the whole title, only the first word is capitalized in my reference list. Unlike the title of the article, the title of the journal it's published in should be in title case. That means each word begins with a capital letter. The title of the journal is sometimes found at the top of the first page of the article and occasionally at the bottom or elsewhere. In this example, the title is Sports Med, which is an abbreviation for sports medicine. One core component of AMA style is that scholarly journal titles are abbreviated according to NLM format. You can find this abbreviation in PubMed. If you find the article in PubMed, you'll see that the journal title is already abbreviated like in our previous example. Or you can use the search box in PubMed to search for the name of the journal. Make sure you change the drop-down next to the search box to NLM Catalog. If you search the NLM Catalog for your journal name, you'll see the abbreviation along with some other information about the journal. And if you're having a hard time, if you get too many results, try putting the journal title in quotation marks like I did here with the example Health, Education, and Behavior. Finally, you'll need to list the year the article was published, the issue of the journal it was published in, the volume if there is one, and the pages the article can be found on, using the punctuation and formatting seen here. All of this information is usually listed together at the top or bottom of the first page of the article. The DOI, or Digital Object Identifier, is a string of characters that always starts with 1, 0, and a decimal point. It's like a social security number for an article or document. It will always refer to that document you're citing and no other. So, if your article includes a DOI, here's what that would look like in your citation. And if your article doesn't have a DOI, just use the URL where you found the article. That is a brief overview of the AMA citation style. You can contact me with questions or get help any time of day or night through our online chat service at the link listed here. Finally, I would like to give credit to Rosie Haneke at the University of Illinois Chicago for some of the content included in this tutorial.